Fasting is hands down one of the most powerful things you can do for your biology. Most people hear the phrase 5 days with no food and immediately think of starvation. But what if walking away from the kitchen actually healed your organs, rewired your brain, and completely reset your relationship with food? These are the miracles of water fasting. The very first thing you experience when you stop eating might actually shock you. Somewhere around the 14-hour mark, instead of feeling incredibly fatigued, your focus sharply surges. This is due to a biological process called energy diversion. We rarely think about how much internal bandwidth it takes to process the food we eat. Digestion is an incredibly taxing, energy-heavy job for the human body. When you cross the 14-hour threshold, you have fully digested your last meal. Suddenly, all of that blood flow, all of that cellular energy, and all of that internal processing power is freed up. Because the body no longer has to break down heavy proteins or complex carbohydrates, it takes that surplus energy and diverts it directly to your brain and organs. You stop feeling sluggish. The mental fog lifts. You aren't constantly thinking about your next meal because your body is finally redirecting resources toward internal housekeeping rather than external processing. By the time you reach 20 to 24 hours without food, your body hits a critical turning point. You have entirely depleted your glycogen stores. Glycogen is essentially sugar chained together with water stored in your liver and muscles. Once that sugar reservoir runs dry, you drop a lot of water weight. But more importantly, your body is forced to find a new fuel source. It turns to your stored body fat. This is the birth of ketosis. Your liver begins breaking down visceral fat and belly fat, converting those fatty acids into something called ketones. One specific ketone, beta-hydroxybutyrate, acts as a premium rocket fuel. It crosses the blood-brain barrier with ease, providing your brain with a wildly efficient energy source that lowers inflammation and improves cognitive function. This is exactly why your physical hunger vanishes. You aren't hungry because you're actually eating all day long. You're consuming your own stored body fat. And if you're worried about losing your hard-earned muscle, the human body is way too smart for that. Right around the 24-hour mark, human growth hormone violently spikes. Studies have shown increases up to 2,000% in men and 1,300% in women. This massive surge in growth hormone acts as a biological shield, locking down and protecting your muscle tissue while your body strictly feeds on fat. As you push past 30 hours, the fast evolves from a physical challenge into something that feels deeply spiritual. Your brain begins to flood with brain-derived neurotrophic factor, or BDNF. BDNF is quite literally miracle grow for your brain. It's a protein that stimulates the production of brand new brain cells and strengthens the connections between your existing neurons. Fasting can boost BDNF levels by over 50%, resulting in a state of euphoria, intense creativity, and deep calmness. The mental noise quiets down. You become highly present, and your thoughts slow to a manageable, peaceful pace. By the 48-hour mark, something else remarkable happens: a complete dopamine reset. Modern life destroys our dopamine receptors. Constant snacking, endless phone scrolling, and high-sugar diets blunt our sensitivity to pleasure, leaving us constantly chasing the next hit of stimulation. Fasting restores the sensitivity of the D2 dopamine receptors in your brain. Once this resets, your emotional cravings evaporate. Suddenly, simple things, a walk outside, the taste of clean water, or listening to music feel incredibly satisfying again. You realize just how overstimulated you used to be. Around 60 to 72 hours, the body kicks its self-cleaning mechanism into overdrive. This process is called autophagy. Because no external calories are coming in, your cells act like Pac-Man, scavenging your body for fuel. But they don't eat healthy tissue. They hunt down the garbage. Autophagy targets old proteins, senescent cells, zombie cells that cause aging, and damaged mitochondria that could eventually lead to chronic diseases or cancer. The body breaks this junk down and recycles it to create fresh, healthy raw materials. To track this, you can measure your blood glucose and your blood ketones. If you divide your glucose by 18 and that number matches or is lower than your ketone number, you have hit a 1-to-1 ratio. This is the holy grail of fasting, maximum autophagy. During this deep cleaning phase, you might actually experience targeted physical pain, like a dull ache in your lower back, an old knee injury flaring up, or stiffness in your neck. Don't panic. This is your body driving stem cells and immune repair mechanisms directly to old sites of injury where damaged cells still linger. It's an uncomfortable but deeply purposeful healing pain. Once the area is scavenged and repaired, the pain quietly fades away. As you cross the 72-hour mark and head into days 4 and 5, your body undergoes a complete immune system reboot. The gut lining, which is incredibly thin and easily damaged by inflammatory diets, finally gets a multi-day vacation. Without the constant friction of digesting food, the GI tract rapidly heals and seals itself. Simultaneously, the prolonged absence of food forces your body to kill off old, inefficient white blood cells to save energy. In response, your stem cells prepare to generate a completely brand new, highly robust immune system. It's the equivalent of tearing down a crumbling, outdated building so you can pour a flawless new concrete foundation. During this time, your body is hyper-focused on survival and repair. It might temporarily dial down the production of thyroid and sex hormones. This is completely normal. Your biology is just putting reproduction on hold while it rebuilds the machine. Your inflammation drops to near zero, and your entire system becomes a finely tuned, self-repairing engine. Reaching the end of a 5-day water fast is a massive accomplishment, but the most crucial part of the journey is actually what happens next. How you break a prolonged fast dictates whether you lock in the miraculous benefits or completely undo them. After 5 days, your digestive enzymes are virtually non-existent, and your gut bacteria have been completely starved down. If you break your fast with a heavy steak, a giant salad full of raw fiber, or a plate of carbohydrates, you will severely shock your system, leading to dangerous bloating, severe gut distress, or refeeding syndrome. You have to treat your stomach like it belongs to a newborn baby. The rule is simple: go low and slow. On day 1 of breaking the fast, keep your caloric intake incredibly low, around 500 to 800 calories, and absolutely keep your total protein under 20 grams. Why? Because a high dose of protein will immediately spike mTOR, an anabolic pathway that permanently shuts down the autophagy and stem cell production you worked so hard to trigger. Start with a light, warm bone broth to soothe the gut lining. A few hours later, introduce a small amount of healthy fat, like half an avocado, some olives, or eggs lightly cooked in butter. You can also include a tiny portion of fermented foods like sauerkraut to safely reseed your gut microbiome with good bacteria. Avoid all muscle meats, raw vegetables, grains, and sugar. On day 2, keep the protein low again, but slowly start adding in raw nuts like macadamias or walnuts and clean fats like olive oil. Continue intermittent fasting for about 16 hours to let your digestion wake up gently. By day 3, your digestive fire is back online. You can safely return to eating normal whole foods, including grass-fed meats and cooked vegetables. When you finally sit down for a real meal, you will notice something incredible. Your palate has entirely changed. Food tastes richer, cleaner, and more vibrant. A 5-day water fast isn't a quick fix or a trendy diet. It's a profound way for you to cleanse out the biological garbage, allowing your body to rebuild itself from the cellular level up. If you want to learn more about fasting and cleansing, make sure to subscribe to our channel.